I assume that most of y'all at this point that just found out about me think I'm crazy because the first videos you see is me talking about Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus and crap. And one thing you have to understand is that it is extremely difficult to be that good at music, like Taylor good at music, without someone helping you write songs with a computer program. And that sounded even more crazy. That didn't work. All right, so what I was actually going to talk about is how it sounded crazy that federal agents would have their children involved with their work. Like, why in the world would a federal agent be undercover with their children, helping them do something, or helping their cover, or helping convince someone that they are part of a criminal organization or something? And what I'll tell you is that after the Rainbow Gathering, I traveled around Northern California. I met this woman, and she invited me to stay at her house. And I remember her telling me, saying something like, "Don't you think it's weird that I know I can trust you with my kids?" And I thought she was one of this drug trafficking organization. I thought she was part of a drug trafficking organization, and that she was whoever they sent to take care of me before I ran drugs or something. And I thought there was a drug lab in Northern California, and I thought this guy who is now I think that guy's probably a cop. I thought this guy was like the chemist, because I didn't know anything whatsoever back then. And this woman had two daughters, and one of them was probably like 10-ish. Like, I think she's probably around like 18 years old now. She's maybe 16, 17. I don't know. But she definitely was in on it. Like, she knew all about whatever. And she even sang a song, "Everything is not like it seems." Like, because we were playing music, and she sang a song like that. And at the time, I mean, the only reason I think that now she was a cop and that she got in trouble is because they gave me like 3 hits of acid, or this guy did, who first, one person took me into his house. Like, I was a homeless person. This guy takes me into his house and lets me stay there and gives me a job trimming pot for him. And because he was a pot grower. And then the woman who was older with 2 kids took me into her house and let me stay on her back porch, stay on her back patio and sleep outside. And then after they gave me all this acid, we went on a trip to Tahoe, and she's like started leaving packages all over the place, like that looked like tampon type packages. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's dropping off drugs. And then I wasn't afraid of her snitching on me. I was afraid of the people that were picking up snitching on me, because I was like, this is like the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Because I was on, like, I thought I took 3 hits of acid, and the next thing you know, I was tripping for 2 weeks straight, which tells me that I probably was on over 100 hits of acid, because you can put 50 hits of acid in a single hit if you have crystal LSD. You can make it super potent. And that woman, she didn't want to take the acid. Like, she took like a half a hit, and I think it was because she knew it was going to be strong. But what I think now is that she got fired because she doesn't live in California anymore. She lives on the East Coast now. Everyone kind of switches spots, and I really liked her, and I think she probably really liked me. But what I'm telling you is that her very young daughter was in on it. Like, she knew what was going on. She was like, it was like she was working as an undercover cop. And so when I talk about Gossip Girl being undercover cops' kids being mean, which it's sometimes it's the undercover cops' kids who get people to hate someone, and then the whole group is mean together. So like, they'll find someone like me, and then they'll convince me to be mean to someone, and are like, we don't like them, and then it's like, okay, we don't like them because you're my friend. But most of the time, the undercover cops' kids are like, you're my best friend, you know, like they want to. They're like, come meet everyone. I'll meet you. I'll introduce you to everyone in the entire town. And that's pretty fun a lot of the time, because then you get to meet everyone. I'm thinking of this guy who drove a van in Manitou, who I know from Colorado. He used to live right down the street from me, and maybe he's an undercover cop, maybe he's not, but he sure introduced me to everyone. And undercover cops can be the best people to introduce you to all their friends. So what I'm telling you is, like, I know that some of the stuff I say sounds absolutely nuts, but you have to understand I'm doing psychological warfare, and maybe you might actually believe it if you know enough stuff, because we're that good at psychological warfare that it sure sounds true sometimes. But no matter what, I'm telling you, like, the drugs are real, and if you contact people on that list, you'll find out that they're real if you contact enough of them. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she tells the truth. But I mean, I remember I had run away. I stole a freaking car and I was in California. I drove to Las Vegas. I felt like I had to drive to Las Vegas or else this drug trafficking organization was going to murder me. I'm in Las Vegas. This guy walks up to me and goes, if you don't go back. I was like trying to leave Las Vegas. I'd already been there, and I was like driving to Utah. I was like, the Mormons won't kill me. And then this guy walks up to me and goes, if you don't go back to Vegas, I'm gonna kill you. And then this other guy comes up to me right after that and goes, that guy was from Beverly Hills. And the woman from Northern California, she kept talking about Beverly Hills, about, like, I don't know. She kept talking about it. And I assume because people are so rich there, they're drug dealers in Beverly Hills. It's not very hard to figure out that they're drug dealers in very rich areas. But she also talked about Robin Williams a lot, and some people still believe Robin Williams was murdered. Who knows? Some people know. So anyways, all I'm saying is they do bring their kids in on it, and like that's like the most baffling part is it's like, these people are so bad, they're criminals, but I'm going to let my child go be best friends with them. My child can go stay at their house on the weekends. My child can go drive in the car while they're driving drugs. You know, it's kind of a weird situation.